Hello and welcome to the Advocacy Life blog and podcast network. I am your host, Mr. Kevin Nunez. I am thrilled you chose to spend a few minutes with me. I am the host of the Purposely Broken World. This program is designed to raise more questions than answers. Did you know that 1 in 4 Americans are diagnosed with some form of developmental disability? That makes me your new disability buddy. I created this program to make you think, laugh, love about society, culture, and faith. Things that all interact with each other on an everyday basis. If you want a fresh take on life, then enjoy the ride and see you soon. Hello, good friends. Welcome to the February 1st episode of the Purposely Broken World. I once again am your host, Mr. Kevin Nunez. How are you guys enjoying the winter months? We're all snowed in here on the East Coast. You guys will be seeing this or hearing this on February 1st. I am recording this on January 23rd, 2024. Now that we're, having snow days and all, and you see on the news, all the kids staying home from school, and they're all sledding, this and that. I want to talk today about when times were simple, when times were easy. It seems like even today's children are not having fun because they're all stressed out over this or that, or mom and dad did this or mom and dad did that. I think sometimes we as adults put undue stress on kids, and kids today don't have the same childhood as I used to, or as children of the past did. It really bothers me that, again, I'm gonna age myself here, so ageism on myself before anybody yells at me for being ageist. I'm only gonna speak my experiences. So don't say, oh, this guy's an ageist, when I'm being ageist against myself. When I was a kid, we used to be able to go play in the snow. And yes, I know kids today playing in the snow. You might see some news coverage on it. In the next, day or so, whatever. But it's almost as if they don't look forward to it like we used to. Because nowadays, for every 1 or 2 kids that's outside, there's 4, 5, 6 watching Netflix and playing games. Whose fault is that? Is it the parents? Is it the kids? Is it the TV? Is it the media? Is it, gender roles? I don't know. That's what we're going to talk about today. Honestly, I think I'm going to start with this. Again, these are just my arguments. These are just my opinions. I think subconsciously, children grow up faster because parents are raising them up faster with the excuse that, they have to be protected for the world earlier because the world is so dangerous. Yes, this world is more dangerous than it was when I was a kid. I can't deny that. But I think in general, parents get tired of being mom and dad sooner. I think we don't have patience like my parents did. Yes, I know most parents need alone time to be with their kids. I mean, to most parents need alone time to, reflect on their day or decompress or whatever. Even the best mom has been known to hide in the shower or the bathtub a few extra minutes. Even my dad has been guilty of waiting in the driveway until the song ends before going back in the house. But here's what I'm talking about. When a mom or dad or guardian is with the kid, they are not watching Paw Patrol anymore. They're not watching Sesame Street. I mean, yes, they are, but they'll watch, like 10 minutes of it. They'll watch a half hour of it. But then the parents will watch Criminal Minds or some other, PG-13 or R-rated show because they're tired of watching Spider-Man all day or TJ Mask all day. But hello, if you're getting your kids to watch Criminal Minds, then don't blame them if they grow up, wanting sex or violence more often because that's what they've seen. You are responsible for another person. Simply put, you gotta do what they want to do within reason. I'm not saying, watch Paw Patrol 24/7. But I'm saying you don't watch Criminal Minds when they're awake at 4 in the afternoon. Don't put on a movie with an obvious sex scene hoping that they're not gonna see it. Kids pick up everything. It's part of growing up. That's why they say the mind is a sponge. Yes, this world is dangerous. I want to say that again. People are going to say, oh, he's too naive. He's too idealistic. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, be careful. Be prepared. Put your wants and desires aside. Live for them. Yes, I know with today's sex-crazed world, it might not have been a planned pregnancy. Okay, I'm not going to get into that on this podcast here. But the fact is, if you have the child, you have the child. It is your child. So, then don't complain about having a child when you're exhausted. There's a reason why, certain things in life are meant to be waited, you're supposed to wait on. There's reasons why children should not be having children. Yes, I know sex is sex and sex will always sell. I'm not going to claim innocence on anything. When I was 13 or 14, I was watching American Pie too. Okay? But there are certain rhythms of life. There are certain ebbs and flows. But instead of flowing with the rhythm of life, people are going at their own pace against the current because it's not what they want. Newsflash. The child doesn't know any better. You are not responsible. Life is to be enjoyed. Yes, life will be torturous. Yes, life will have struggles. Look at me, I can tell you that for sure. But, life is life. Don't ruin someone's life early. There's a reason why Jesus protected kids above all. Think about that for a second. I'm not trying to get very preachy on here, but ask yourself why Jesus prioritized children overall. Why did he want us to be, young-minded overall? He didn't want us to lose that innocence. too early. Because you know, once we grew up, we would lose the innocence. How many kids today are already on? How many kids today are currently already on anxiety medications before they even hit puberty because they're anxious about this or that? Let them be kids. Let them play. You know, if you look at the numbers and the statistics, I'll try to find them for you. I'll put them in the show notes. But the number of kids playing sports has gone down drastically. Before I go to my next point, please stay tuned for this brief announcement. Hey guys, it's that time of the episode where I take a time out and tell you how to support this podcast and or blog. I am like a musician just playing a tune on the sidewalk. I am not gonna beg for money. But if you like what I do, if you like the value I present to you, you can support me by either PayPal, Cashapp, or there is a link in the description to support the podcast directly and leave a monthly subscription. Once again, this is a labor of love. It's just me doing the majority of the work. If you enjoy it, great. Leave a couple of dollars. If not, it's okay too. Thank you, Kevin. Get it? Because that's funny because I was talking to myself. Anyway, sorry for the corniness. No more plugs. The reason why I say all this, the reason why I point all this out, and I know someone's going to say, oh, he's talking out of his ass. He can't have kids. He doesn't have kids. He'll never have a kid. He can't have a girlfriend. I know all those comments are coming. If I get comments at all, because usually I don't even get comments. But I want to say this because, unlike most people, one of the things I pray for the most, and again, this is going to be one of those things that make no sense to anyone in the world. I pray for my future son or daughter. I'll use the word son at the moment because there's a correlation there. One of the very first things I did when I started writing was write a love letter to my future son. Because I have love to give, and I have no one to give it to. Yes, I have family. Yes, I have friends. And I love them all beyond words. You guys have no idea how much I love my family and friends. But when you have love to give in your heart, you want to share wisdom you've gained over the years. And you can't. Because a girl will not give you the time of day in general. You know, it hurts. Can I have kids? Physically, everything works fine. I've never had, my swimmers tested. Frankly, because, I haven't had anyone to, test it out with and experiment with and have that fun time with. And it's not about sex for me. It never has been. Truth be told, when it comes to the subject of sex, I talk a lot of stuff, but I get very, very shy. And yes, I am scared of having a kid. I can't lie about that. Can I change a diaper? I don't know. Can I teach him to ride a bike? At this moment, I don't know. Can I be the first graduation? I don't know. Would he even want me around his family and friends when he gets older? I don't know. Would his mother want me around his life on an everyday basis? I can hope. That's what this is about, folks. Hope. For people like me, the disabled, this large community that is often ignored, overlooked, dehumanized. We get raped, sodomized, all kinds of physical, emotional, financial abuse. And I know the idea of having a child of a parent with a disability is scary to some. There are some that would want all people with disabilities sterilized because they think it's an abomination. Sorry to say this, folks, but sometimes a disabled parent, a different from the norm, might be better than a quote-unquote normal parent. Because they have love. They have empathy. They want to teach their kids. They want to play with their kids. They want to experience. They don't feel bad because they had a wild night and now 6 months later, 9 months later, they have this kid. You know, we don't, again, speaking for myself, I try not to live with regrets. I really try to think about everything before I do it. Just because I know time on this earth is not guaranteed. Do you realize even if we were guaranteed 100 years, if every person on this earth was guaranteed to live 100 years, it still wouldn't be enough time at all. But instead we rush, and not go anywhere. Think of it this way. You're all binge watching a show right now. I'm sure on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. So you binge watched it to rush through it. But at the end, you still feel empty. You know, God said, set your treasures, look after the treasures in your hearts instead of the material ones. Yes, I know I messed up the passage. I'm a new Christian. I'm not good at memorizing Bible verses. But you get the idea. Yeah, I really want people to hope again. I want people to love their children. If you have a child and you listen to this podcast, please give them a hug. Because there are so many people with disabilities who either can't have children, they've had their children taken away because somebody will call the cops on them, and they've had their child taken away for whatever reason without giving them proper due process to keep the children. We've had people with disabilities who have been raped almost on a daily basis. But no one cares because people with disabilities are not meant to have children as far as society says. Again, I am not the king of society. I can't do anything. I'm just the guy talking into a microphone. I know that. But, again, I have hope for disabled mothers, disabled fathers, disabled uncles, disabled aunts, disabled friends, disabled cousins. Thank you for seeing us as equals. Thank you for seeing us as someone to love. As for me, I still pray every night to my future son. I wrote a whole letter to my future son in a book. My first book. Not trying to plug the book, but it is in there. Tell me what you guys think of this podcast topic. Tell me about what other topics you want to cover in the future. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your comments. Alright, you guys. That's it for February 1st. I'll see you on February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. Love you all. Bye. Wow, that was a really fun episode. Hope you guys come back. If you want to support once again, all you gotta do, Cashapp, PayPal, or the link in the description in the bio. They're all there. Just click. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Thread, all that good stuff. All those links are in the bio. I will post on there regularly. Podcast episodes come out twice a month on the 1st and 15th. And the blogs come out every Wednesday, give or take. See you soon. Thanks for the support. And bye.